Welcome to navigation of the Champion's Mind framework. You've done amazing so far. We have 2 lessons left of the transformation phase of my program. This is all about getting you the habit, skills, mindset, beliefs, and routines that we need to carry out the big training we want to do moving forward, the really big lifestyle pieces that we want to sustain for years and years to come. Now let's look back where we started. We started 11 weeks ago, a little under 3 months ago, with the mindset prep camp. And we got started with clarity of your facts and future. Exactly where are you at and where do we want to go, right? We always started every season with what's the competition schedule? Where are we right now? What do we need to learn? What do we need to improve on? What do I need to get? What experiences do I need to have? What competitions do I need to get to the end goal? And that was World Championships, Olympics, whatever that was for you, right? The same thing. You started off the season. We didn't just jump in to the big game. We started off and you build, and eventually it's at that fever pitch. That's what we want. Along the way of any season, there is ups and downs. That is normal. That's why we go through every piece, and it's not a fire hose of saying, yeah, here's everything I know. This is the start. This is the start, the first block. It seems like a lot, but it is the first piece that I've done with tons of people to get it in this order for you. So let's review what we've gone through right now, because we're doing a little review for navigation this week. We started off with clarity. That's your facts and future. Number 2 is habits. That is your Thrive 5 daily habits we want to do. From there, we go to accountability and our Own It protocol, our Own It framework, making sure that you are in the driver's seat, right? We don't blame things as an athlete on the refs. I don't blame things on the gym was too cold. My girlfriend dumped me. There's an old shirt people had that had all the excuses of why we lost. And that was the joke, because we take responsibility for it. Eventually, it comes down to us. Part 4 is metabolism and meal prep, making sure we are fueling to get our body to do what we want it to do for us, not trying to overtrain everything. From here, we go to purpose. Why are we here? Intent. Where are we going? We keep coming back to this in bigger and bigger spots, right, to create that momentum. Number 7 is old habits die hard, and getting you to compete towards your goals. That's been a big focus these last 6 weeks towards reassessment, right? Is getting you to compete towards them, right? And frame it that way, and not just like, I got to lift a weight, I got to go to Vegas, but I am training to go to that pool party. If you saw pictures of me recently, you'll see it. I was training for that like it was going out of style, but it gave me excitement. It got me to chew my food. It got me to do my cold shower. It got me to do hard things every day. Right, from here, we go to nourishment. That is the hand method, our easiest way that when we do travel, we do have days we're on the go, that we know how to get our meals in, right? We know how much our protein is, know how to adjust our fats, and so on, to be nourished, right? Not to sit here trying to measure out on our scale every macro and go, well, how much is in this almond, right? From there, we go into structure. That is taking our habits, our Thrive 5, into our 10 habits, into the 4-quarter day. What things do I need to accomplish first? If I do that, what's coming up next? What comes up in the 3rd quarter of the day? And then how do I finally wind down to create the recovery cycle for, say it with me, super compensation to make progress the next day? And super compensation isn't just super, it's how our body comes back stronger. That's an important thing. That's all you need to know, is you are creating super compensation. You're doing it. So we've been through all that. Now we're talking about navigation, where we want to go. And there are 3 things we're going to look at, and 3 things we do every week, right? It is our reflection, our revelation, and our revolution. Okay. We've built this rock solid base. What I've wanted to challenge you to do and to build you into is to become resilient, metabolically resilient, physically resilient again, and mentally resilient. Mentally resilient in the form that if we have a bad day, we get back on track. We're not like, I'm in the negative athlete mindset loop that everything's bad. Unless I'm perfect, I'll never win again. We're done with that. We're training to support our lifestyle, not our lifestyle to support our training, right? Physically resilient, that our old injuries aren't holding us back. We found a way to strengthen the tendons, create structural balance, left to right, top to bottom, front to back. That's a part of the base. Doesn't mean our training will always look like that. It can get harder. It can get all different areas we go. That's navigation. But if I don't get you ready physically and mentally, then we're there. We want to do that. So that is what we've been building. And then, of course, metabolically resilient. You eat out with your family, you go out with your friends, or you bring in your scale and doing, well, you have your hand, you go, yeah, I did have that pizza with my friends, but I also knew that I fasted this morning. I knew to add 200 steps to my 2,000 steps rather to my movement tomorrow and to get back on track, and I stayed hydrated. Good. By now, that meal shouldn't be a thing. If not, then at 10 times in a row, yeah, you're not resilient. That's now who you are. But the pizza now is the blip, not the method. That's not who you are. That is the thing our body can't process, break down, and get rid of, because you are resilient on every way. So how do we know that? How do I know I'm not just blowing smoke up your butt? Well, go back in TrueCoach. That's why I love it. We have all your data, all your scores right in there. And I also have your sheet from your initial facts and future. So you go back in, I put the link down here underneath your tab. I'm gonna go fill out the facts and future again. I want you to see where you're at now, and then where you were at. Look at that initial data you put in, right? What did you have? Well, you took photos. What did you look like then? What was your body comp? What did you weigh? What were you lifting? What did it feel like? Was it hard? I was drinking 10 ounces of water. There are a million ways to win. We're only 12 weeks in, and there's a million ways to win. That rhymed. I didn't mean it to, but that's the idea, that we don't have to say it's body comp or nothing. It's weights or nothing. Why? Because you are training for multi-dimensional success. That's part of navigation. By reflecting on where you were at, creating the revelation of, okay, this is what came up. I owned it. I didn't just say, this doesn't work for me. I owned it. I kept on track and I made progress. I got back in the game. I didn't let my teammates down. I didn't let my coach down. I didn't let myself down, most importantly. I'm back in the game. And now what is the revolution? Who are you now, 12 weeks later? We still have another week of this protocol. Next week, we are talking about a different thing for the path forward. But I want to know, where is that path? Where are we navigating towards? So look at this. I want you to understand a couple things. Where do you want to be in 12 weeks? And you're going to write this out for me. Where do you want to be in 12 months? Because who you are now is not the same person you were 12 weeks ago. I'll say that again. Who you are now is not the same person you are 12 weeks ago. It might seem like the changes were small, but when you look back, when you reflect, those changes are enormous. Okay, and you've created, say it with me, you've created momentum. Doesn't mean all the changes have happened now. It means we are set up, we have the train on the tracks to go forward out of the transformation process and into what I call progression and optimization. Progression, I can train you harder. We can dive deeper in your meals. We can dive deeper into supplements, these other things that are coming up. The goal now that you thought was the scale, maybe it wasn't even the scale. Maybe that was all you could wrap your head around. And really it's, you want to go do a Tough Mudder, or you are ready to go to Vegas and go to a pool party and live your best life. That's up to you. There's no wrong answer in multi-dimensional success, right? When I fought, I won, or we say we learned, right? But really, you wanted to win. Everything else felt like a failure. I know we say it's how you play the game, it's how you learn. Yeah, at the end of the day, I wanted to, I didn't have that medal, that was it. Now my life is different. My training supports my lifestyle, helps me have better experiences, helps me have better clarity, helps me be a better person all around. And that's what we're creating at the core of it. You're a resilient person who can withstand the things life throws at you. You are no longer at the whim of cortisol, of your stress response, of other people's actions. You own it, you have accountability, you are resilient. Let me know how you're doing. I can't wait to see your progress. Thank you.